Hi guys, Jeff Westfall back with another double stick lesson for you. We're continuing our study of the closed 6-count coordination pattern and trying to look at it from different perspectives than we may have before. And the perspective I want to begin with today is focusing on the weaker hand. Now what I mean by that is, a lot of times we just have a habit of making pretty patterns in the air if we're not really careful. And there's not really a combative intentionality to what we're doing. Now, it's perfectly cool in combat if you're throwing some of this stuff out there just to keep the opponent's brain busy without much of an intention to hit hard. That's serving a combative purpose. But make sure that you understand that and that's why you're doing it. But there do need to be strokes in there at places where you're actually trying to hit something. And it's good to shift your emphasis around. We tend to have an easy time if we're hitting hard with the right hand. That feels really easy on the first beat, right? Or even, paying attention to each hit of the right hand. But what we have a tendency to not do is the opposite, which is concentrate. Whether I'm going here, I'll go slowly, but I'm really paying attention to my left stick much more than I am to my right stick. My mind is in that left stick. I'm paying attention to what my left hand is doing. I'm paying attention to how the tip is moving, how it's traveling through space. I want good precision with that left hand. And at the same time that that's happening, I'm just kind of letting the right hand come along in the slipstream. Let it work on automatic pilot, which is normally the reverse role for each stick. Normally the right stick leads the way. So practicing like that can bring out a definitely more complete, fuller feel for the combination for you. Now, another thing I'd like you to look at in today's lesson is emphasizing one beat out of the pattern. Picking one beat out of the pattern and making that a hard shot, a major energy shot. Now, once again, that's easy if it's the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's change that. Let's make the emphasis on the second strike in the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a good one. I really like that hit coming over like that. That's a good tactic in stick fighting. This one's drawing out some sort of response. If that response is one of them where his hand is coming out, whether on a defensive motion or as a strike or as a thrust, then if this draws him out, my hand's getting out of the way, ideally, before he hits it, but yet his hand is still out there for this to come along and catch. That's one of the bases for this pattern in the first place. The third hit can be difficult, can be more difficult to put emphasis on. And the reason is because it tends to be a connecting strike between 1 and 2, 3. It tends to reach out and come back, depending exactly on how you're applying it. And since it's a snapping shot, not a full power shot, there's a tendency to just sort of put it out there and bring it back to keep the pattern going. But it just could be the case that this and this created an opportunity, and then here comes your opponent. He dodged out of the way there, and here he comes. Boom! You want to be able to pop that in hard if the situation demands it. So that can be a really interesting one to try to put emphasis on. And of course, they're the same on the left side, just doing it with the, starting from the left side, same 3 strokes that I would have done on this side or that I already did. I think if you look at this in whole, everything that we did today, I'm trying to get you out of sort of the rut that you might be in if at first you were just tickled pink by the fact that you could do this and not hit yourself. Oh my gosh, teacher, look! And then your teacher goes, that's pretty good, but where are you hitting and where are you hitting it? That's what I'm trying to get you to do. I want you to bring out the intentionality of what you're doing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you found it useful. I'll be back soon with still more different ways to train the closed 6 double stick coordination pattern.